Oh, we're coming in hot live.
Happy
Dead on
Friday. Happy
time, too.
Friday.
Happy
It's that-
Friday. How you doing, Nick?
We're good. We're good. We're rested. We got 7 hours of sleep. We're feeling good today.
Yeah, 7's the perfect number for me.
That's the
it
number.
really is. Look, my bedtime reminder goes off at 8:45. Let's see, 8:15 or 8:45. I'm trying to be in bed by 9. And in bed by 9, up by 4:15.
Yeah, before you got to beat the sun. You got to beat the sun out there.
Absolutely. Right? So many benefits in watching the sunrise, by the way. I don't know if you're into that kind of thing.
I'm not a big sunrise guy, unfortunately, or sunset, but tell me, what are those benefits? What are those benefits?
Man, I would be the wrong person to tell you all of them, but there's so much value in light and circadian rhythm. Like we get like inundated with blue light with our phones and computers, and this big ass light in front of me has probably got a lot of blue light coming out, and overhead lights in our office. But that natural sunlight contains a lot of the red light spectrum, I think, and it's different at times of the day. So like high noon is like more blue, I think, than red. So that the problem is all the blue light that emits from our phones, it makes our body think it's always high noon, which we should be alert. And that's why it's really hard to go to sleep after staring at your phone. So
learn something new. I take your word for it. I'm just trying to get a tan.
And I'm probably butchering that. My trainer's probably like flipping out right now. Skip, he's like, doesn't this completely wrong? Now, I think that's right, but it does. Your circadian rhythm is based off sunrise, sunset. Like naturally, we are supposed to be awake and watch the sunrise, or watch the sunrise, and that helps get our day started. And blah blah blah. So
cool.
It's a good thing. Anyways, that's not what the show's about today, Nick. What's the show about today, Nick?
We're doing a little bit of marketing. We're doing a little bit of planning out, what exactly we want to do in the business. And I think it's cool this week. I'm talking a little bit about what we're doing like right now. Just real world stuff. Let's hear about like what I'm doing, what you're doing, and how we battle slow times, and also prep for busy times.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that, as we are progressing into what will be the fall and winter, and so we probably call it slow time a little faster than most because we're a lot of marine, and the marine really tails off once once school starts back and all these all the boats that are out.
People are busy.
Yeah. So when we refer to the slow times, probably not. It's not all inclusive. Like you guys probably experienced it at different times. November, December probably slow for everybody. But yeah, we want to talk about things that you would do to prepare for that. Things that you do when it's busy, and just if you're falling short on your goals and you're just wanting to nudge it a little bit, what are some of those things that you could do to help boost the numbers? Did I lose you? I might have lost you, Nick. If I did, anyways, that's exactly what we're going to be talking about. And so when Nick joins us, we'll pick up on that. But so thinking forward, like I like to refer to it as going into slow time and like, what do we do before we get there? Because everybody's always like, as soon as they're there, as soon as business is slow, they're like, what do we do? Call Christy Giovanni, build a new website, call a marketing agency, try to get them to run you some ads. But in reality, that's a little too late. Hey, Nick, you back on?
Yeah, I don't know. We just lost power over here, so I apologize about that. But we're going to battle through.
Oh, all good, man. All good. Maybe the show should be about resiliency and pushing through. Never give up, Nick. Never.
Yeah.
I was just saying, like you always hear the thing and like when things start to slow down or people aren't hitting their numbers, like, what do I do? What do I do now? And really it starts before that. And so we'll talk about things that you have going on right now and just trying to change things up, maybe pushing the numbers. And we'll talk about where I'm at position wise, what we're doing now to help the next 2 to 3 months as things start to tail off from our busy season. What are we doing to try to like flatten that curve,
And the funny thing is like once you start getting into a rhythm, we have monthly specials, but we kind of just every July we've got a gift card special. Why do we do that? Because it just, again, you're going to get all that. We do a gift card special in July. We do a gift card special in December. We give an extra 20% off that can get used for car washes, get used for details. But it's going to bring a lot of that, pre-revenue. It's going to bring a lot of revenue in those 2 months.
Cash flow.
That's going to fuel the rest of the months going forward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, cash flow. Getting the money up front is big.
Mm-hmm.
It's big when it's slow. And it definitely helps. It definitely helps finance the business as you progress forward, and it boosts sales. You sell a gift card, maybe they buy it for $100, they get 120 or however it works, but
Mm-hmm.
they service they want is $200 or $300, and they go ahead and buy more. So now they've already spent that money originally. It's a much easier upsell add-on situation from a gift card to now the actual detail, because they've already, in their mind, they've already spent a chunk of that. So what's another 100 more?
Well, the other thing is like for us, if I know it's almost like the house always wins. Like if you go sell 100 gift.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh, I'm losing you again, Nick. I lost you, I think, and I think I know where he was going with that.
Yeah, there's
okay. I lost you, and you said the house always wins, and then we lost you. So try me again.
Yeah. So no matter what, there's a percentage that doesn't get spent.
That's
for
right.
Whatever reason.
That's right.
So having some type of gift card program where people pay up front for their services, I think it's really important for any business to have, not as a main part of the business whatsoever, but it's something that's definitely easy to consider, and it almost creates a separate revenue stream.
It does, and it's easy to market too. Marketing gift cards is easy. Like gift certificates. Like that's an easy thing to sell, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the perfect gift for the person that has everything. You can save money even if you're getting a detail for yourself and you're running a special on it, like you said, offer 20% off. Like you can then buy it for yourself and use it and save 20%. But you're right. There's a lot, and there's a percentage there that you can expect not to use the gift card. When you sell X amount, you shouldn't. There's a number that doesn't come back, and that's money in the bank. And usually that offsets any kind of discounts that you're offering.
Yeah, it's pretty close right there too. We've done it for a while and we've seen it. The other cool thing that we've been doing is obviously we've been doing a lot of it ceramics recently, and we get a lot of car wash customers that are sort of those walk through the door customers. So what we're doing next month is there's kind of like a bridge product. It's called Expel Ceramic Boost, and it lasts about 6 months. No paint correction, and we're gonna do a little discount on that for again, it's not the slow season, but we want to educate our customers for where we're going. And doing so is giving people a chance to try something new at a discounted rate that maybe of like, man, I'm not going to go spend $1,000 for a coating, but I'll spend $150 to try it out and see the effects of the,
you get to experience a coating without the cost of the coating, right? So you get to go in there, see what hydrophobic properties look like on your car, see that added gloss, and yet we haven't spent $1,000 or $1,200 or whatever whatever your cost of ceramic is. Like we don't have that cost yet, and so that, like you said, it's the bridge product that helps the customer determine, hey, these things important to me enough to spend the money, or is it not? I'm catching a little bit of feedback. I don't know if you guys hear it, but
yeah, I'm hearing a little bit of an echo too.
Yeah, I got to push through. Resiliency wasn't that the topic today? And I think those things are great, and matter of fact, that's really smart. That's really smart, and I don't know that we've ever done anything like that here. I like that idea of the bridge product. That hey, let me let you experience this before you commit to it, right?
Yeah.
Before you commit to the big purchase.
Because let's say someone's coming in for a boat detail, right? And whether you're doing a correction, a polish, whatever it may be, they're not necessarily going the full boat. The pun there. They're not doing the ceramic on the boat because of the cost, and they haven't used it. And there's like, man, that's such a big leap for the customer.
It is.
These customers, they like taking the baby steps, and they build that trust.
Yeah.
And then, I'm excited to sort of see the results from it. So really the core of it is having a marketing plan that's thought out, that's planned out, not just throwing a $15 coupon or a $10 per, just off everything. Sort of having a plan of action with your marketing is really important.
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head here, and that's really the topic of the show is planning, right? We're so guilty of, we're slow today. What do we do today? And I'm guilty of it too. If there's not enough work on the schedule this week to feed the flame here, what can we do right now to bring more work in? And really, that's not the way to do it, because it doesn't really work like that. Having planned out marketing and weighing the results and being able to look at things and say, and make, make decisions and then stick with it all the way through is really the long-term way to build. It's kind of like, the quick fix is like a drug. You know what I mean? You do it, you spend a little bit of money, you get a thing, and now you're always relying on that until it doesn't work. And then oh shit, it doesn't work. So our thoughts are, when we start thinking about when things slow down in October, November, December, which is where we're headed, what can we do in June and July? What can we do to prepare for that? And that's exactly what we do. So we're starting to transition our marketing from, you're using your boat right now, you want to, that you want to have it cleaned up, you want to be the best looking one on the island, blah, 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 is to now we're starting to develop the marketing plan and putting those things in action for putting your boat up for the winter, for the off season. We're also transitioning our automotive marketing into back to school, off, back from vacation, sand, kids, like all the stuff.
Those are the worst.
They're worse, but that's the market. Like, so here we are. We know that's coming. When we say sandwork down by the beach, like that's what's happening right now.
Yep.
And so we don't wait till October to say, hey, we need another 20,000 this month in detail. We already know it's going to slow down. Yes. How do we lessen that curve? And that's the things that we do right now. That message that we send, the marketing that we plan, the content that we get should all match our agenda throughout. And then, of course, like your Black Friday sales. Black Friday sales, you should be, starting August, September, you should start be leaking that kind of stuff out.
Yeah.
To hype people up. You don't wait till the Thursday before Black Friday to talk about this thing that you're going to do. If this is something that and it's a huge revenue for us, and you should start to plan that out right now. And I'm not saying that you start running your ads for it, but you definitely have a plan. And as you start to progress over these next few months, those things should start to show up in your marketing.
The one thing that we maybe do a little bit differently is we know those the back to school special, right? We've done back to school specials, and the way I usually think of it is you're going to have, let's say, 100 minivans. They've all got to get detailed one way or another, right?
Yeah.
They're going to go, they're going to call, they're going to try and find the cheapest place around, or they're looking for the best quality. Yep. But they're already looking for that service without the marketing. It's just about finding you. You see what I'm saying? It's just about
be there.
There. So sometimes it's not even about doing a special, right? It's more about, that would be more towards Google AdWords versus actually doing. We don't do a back to school discounted rate.
Right. We don't either. Yeah.
We do it more of, hey, we know people are searching for it. We want the eyeballs, if that makes sense.
No, it makes great sense. And we change our content. So instead of we transition the things that we're showing in our content to be to attract the customer that's looking for that service. So we don't say, hey, we're offering a discount. You'll start to see our content change, and the things that we're saying. We're not showing ceramic coated boats anymore, or our guys polishing the bottom of boats. We are now showing the car seats cleanings, we're showing the interior detailing, the sand clean out. I mean,
shout out to Chris there for the showing part. Yeah, it always looks awesome.
Oh, Chris is a dude. Chris shows out. I mean, he really, he is awesome. He's always gotten kept us covered in content.
That content creation right there. That's awesome.
Hey, let's talk about that a little bit. This is one thing that I am trying to beat into the head of Madison, if she's watching, and Brooke, the ones that put our ads together, and Chris for that matter. Guys, the ones that are just showing pictures of cars on their marketing, we don't sell cars. We sell a service. We think those cars look great and wonderful, and that's fine. That's fine. But people want to see what they're purchasing, right?
Yeah.
And they relate to seeing other people. If we're selling a service, wouldn't we want to show that service, show us performing that service? Yep. And it's relatable. So make sure in your post and your content that you're included in some of those pictures, or that your employees are included in some of those pictures. Somebody that's that's performing the service that you're trying to sell, not just the shiny paint, not just the clear headlights, but let's show some of the work that's going into it. And it doesn't have to be 1,000 pictures. If it's just one picture of you or the employee that's sanding the headlight or polishing the headlight, show them working on it. That it becomes relatable to the end user.
I'd even challenge them to be like, hey, just make a 3-second video.
You know what I mean? Absolutely.
Yeah, because they're going to be able to grab that a little bit better than just that picture.
Yeah, man.
3-second, 5-second. Doesn't have to be an hour documentary on how to you polishing the whole car.
They don't care. They just like when they see you do it, it triggers an emotion. Oh, I need that.
Yeah.
I need that. The clear headlight is not the problem. You are the solution. Okay. Not the clear headlight is you should position yourself as the solution. The customer has a problem, right? You are the solution. Like, and that's what you do is you present the problem, and then you are the gateway to that end result. And that's how true marketing should be. And it's not just buy here, buy here, buy here. It's this is a service we perform, and you trigger an emotion that says, that customer that's scrolling said, "Oh, I need them to do that to mine." Okay, because people are selfish. They're thinking about me. They're not thinking about Dustin Jackson and Easy N. They're thinking about what would make me look better, what would make my car look better. And
they're thinking about Dustin.
a little bit, probably.
Let's tie it into the smaller shop, because the one point I think is really important is if you've got that smaller shop or you're a one-man guy, right, and we're talking about making content and marketing and doing promotions, sometimes take that step back and be like, look, what is feasible for you to actually accomplish? You know what I mean? Without sacrificing the quality. And it doesn't have to be everything.
Over quantity. Yeah.
Yeah. It's about, I think, planning it out and being like, look, I'm going to do, I don't care if it's one post a month, you know what I mean? But do it really well. Put an X amount of dollars,
put some money behind it,
right? And not try and, push out poor quality content, or same thing with marketing. Maybe you only do a quarterly special instead of a monthly. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And it's well planned out, and you're like, look, I'm going to do it in November, and I'm going to work the next 3 months to slowly put it together, get the print out, make the posts. You know what I mean? Use Canvas free. You know what I mean? You can do a lot of different stuff there to sort of plan these stuff out, and you might not be able to just do it, to at a scale that you want to yet. But
got to start somewhere. Got to start somewhere. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's no shame in getting things right and spending a little time. You don't look at the big shops that are paying people to do these things and say, I've got to have all that, because you're chasing your tail. And no one else knows your market better than you. You're selling to that market every day. You're talking to those customers every day. Trust your gut. Your gut, and trust what you're doing. Like, your jobs will tell you what time it is. I always say, so after, this is always a giveaway for us, after hunting season, we sell the shit out of paint correction after hunting season. These trucks go into the woods, they get scratched up. You don't have to tell me that. You don't have to tell me that corrections go up after hunting season is over. I already know that. I know that's my market. I know that's my area. So guess what we're showing at that time? We're running a special on it. Those people are coming in paying full price. When we run a special on something is when we're not going to sell it.
And then all of a sudden it's hunting season, and you're going to do a duck call with your logo on it with every detail. You know what I mean?
Speaking of, you got a cool little thing you got going.
And again, this is because we had a little extra free time, and we're like, look, we're doing a couple more car shows, and for one of them, we went and ordered like 1,000 of those ducks for the Jeeps. You know what I mean? So we're gonna do some groups and stuff for the Jeeps, and I know those ducks are really important for the the community there.
What the duck?
Yeah. So you know what I mean? But again, it's
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's kind of like a silly little promotion, but it's something new. It's something different.
I think it's awesome. What's funny is, and when you said that the other day, Tabitha, one of our detailers, had mentioned that. She's like, we got to get some of these ducks. And then you said it. I'm like, okay, now something to these ducks,
And everyone's going to be making ducks. There's nothing stopping anyone from making some ducks, but it's what you do with it. You know what I mean? Like,
you got to give a duck.
There's like 1,000 people in the local community. Maybe they come in with every wash, they get a duck if you're driving a Jeep. It just,
absolutely.
You know what I mean? And it just creates a good atmosphere for that community.
Well, and it separates you from the rest. Like, you're doing this thing that no one else is doing. By the way, there's a lot of detailers out there, and there's a lot of detailers probably in your area. The whole key is what makes you different. Like, what makes you different? Like, what would make that customer spend their $100 with you versus $100 with Joe down the street?
Yeah.
All right. These little things like this are the difference. The thought that's there. So planning is key. The throw it against the wall and see what sticks approach is expensive and hard, and it's really and then as soon as you have multiple variables in something, as soon as you change more than one thing, you don't know what fixed the problem. If something changed, if your results change, then you don't know what worked that you changed.
Yeah, when you got too many variables there, right? You're not able to isolate what exactly is working, what's not working.
Right. Right. So when you start to make little things, change one thing. try and say, okay, did this work or didn't? And give it enough time. We're asking for customers' attention, and their attention span is about a half a second. So if it doesn't work within the first week, give it a little time. Give it some time for them to see it again. Give them some time to really soak it in. And that little split second that you have them, it takes a few of those split seconds added up to really get someone's attention.
Yeah. The only other thing that we're doing is we got a car show, Corvette Club show, right? So it's all classic Corvettes. I think it's almost like 500 of them. They were saying to be there.
Yeah.
And we're just going to park our mobile van. We gave them a $50 gift card for their raffle, and we're just going to park their hand out. You know what I mean? And it's all built out, and they'll be real, and just make those connections.
Meet and greet. That's right.
We have one day. I'll have my guy over there, and he's just talking to guys and having a good time. And have a burger and a beer, and and
absolutely
just connect with people. And doing that, you're going to build better relationships with customers than just waiting for them to come to you.
Yep. One thing we used to do is we would add the floating keychain onto their key in their boat. So we would clip it, and it has our phone number. So when they're on the island, like, hey, who cleaned up your boat? Our number is readily available right there. Let me tell you what we messed up on. See, this is learn from our mistakes, right? The chain on the little key was not stainless or whatever. It was just like regular, I don't know, unfinished metal.
How much would it have been extra to go stainless, Dustin?
I don't know, or plastic or anything but this damn metal that I chose. It probably 2 cents, and I was trying to save 2 cents. They rust. And then that rust gets on the console, and then they're coming out like, hey, I love the little floaty. I hate the rust line it left down my boat. Like, yeah.
Did you guys end up doing it again? I think that's a great idea.
Oh, it's a great idea. Yeah. So we go with plastic. Plastic things. I mean, you learn, but here you are. Like, if you're listening to this right now and you're doing boats, that's an easy win. That's an easy win. It makes you look really professional. And plus the floater hooked to the key, it serves a purpose. If they drop that key in the water, it floats.
You say,
so like it's not
dive session.
Yeah. I mean, and you can even write on the back in permanent marker, like the date that you ceramic coated it or something like that. You can really, you can use it for a purpose.
And I think everyone listening, right? They're all there now sitting like, crap. Now I got to think of something, right? Out of the blue or whatnot. Sometimes you just got to look around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether you look at your business, whether you look within, whether you look outside, and you're just, go to a different. What I used to do is I would just type in Florida, California, right? Detail shop, and just Google it. See what the top ones are, what the top people are doing in a different part of the country, and it's going to give a different perspective than what's going on right in your bubble. Whether you're a big shop, small shop, you're going to be able to get a different perspective and chances grow.
Yeah, your customers aren't seeing that, by the way. Like, other detailers may see it, but your customer base doesn't see the other shop doing this thing. So if you kind of emulate that or take some ideas from that and use it, like like your customers aren't going to go, well, he must have copied, such and such from California. They don't know there's a shop in California. They don't even know anything about that. So, and so there's no shame in that. You don't always have to reinvent the wheel in your marketing. It looks like Chris has got us a comment from Billy Smith. Let's see what it says. I said, I've learned over the years to become my market, not let my market dictate me. Create something unique that makes you different from the rest. That's spot on, man. Spot on. And he's done a great job at that. His attention to detail, like not in the detail, and I'm sure it is there too, but like the colors and the like their logo and their shop, man, he is a really particular and has an eye for design and that stuff, and way more style than I ever have. Like, you see my shit, it's black and red and like it's a circle, like he's cool, man. You go into his shop, everything looks good. It's always top notch. He's got the coolest stuff.
Yeah.
Like, he's just a cool dude. I'm glad to call him friend. I mean, I can take some coolness away from him, like borrow some of it.
And the one other thing I think is interesting is, like, look, a lot of detailers, right? They're there and they're working on their craft, but they're not necessarily, maybe best at the marketing or the creative.
Sure. Oh,
also,
absolutely.
Don't be afraid to maybe hire somebody. Like, if you get to that point and you're really struggling and you're like, man, I've got X amount of it could be $500 left over at the end of the month, and you can turn that 500 into 10 more jobs, 20 more jobs. The local little agencies and connecting with local marketing people will definitely be able to help you out. Just so you can do it all yourself, and that's great. It's not scalable. But working with other people in the marketing side is definitely something to consider as well.
Oh, it is. It is. It's money well spent. You got to put money into your company to make money. Like you're not going to grow. It's hard to grow and scale if you know everything's the bottleneck is you, right?
Yeah.
You've got to expand that out. But listen, maybe you're starting out, and you don't have any money, but you really still suck at the marketing side of it, like I do. Okay,
Me too.
Like I can think about it all day long, and I can tell you what I want. It's just like the designing of it, I'm just terrible at. And that's why I've surrounded myself with people like Chris and Madison and Brooke and the creatives, Rachel and Chelsea and all them. Anyways, but the thing is you know who's great at it? The younger generation. Your little cousin, your sister, your girlfriend, your wife, your husband. Like there's the generation that's coming up loves to post things, right?
Yeah.
And you may think it's ridiculous, but let me tell you, that's attention getting. In our retail store right now, our girls are blowing up TikTok. Okay, they're doing these little videos, and like I don't get it. I'm not from that generation.
Are they dragging you into the video?
Oh, I've been in some videos, like, and they're hilarious when they do them and stuff like that. And it's funny and it's attention getting, and it works. These people are like, our customer base is growing every single day from it. We're shipping all over the United States, where we got a request to ship into other countries. And I'm awesome. All from this. Listen, guys, these aren't I didn't go hire them for marketing. I hired them to sell t-shirts. They just know how to get on TikTok and make some really cool videos and grab that attention. So don't feel like if you're the Dustin Jackson and you don't, I can be a great detailer. I can run this business. I cannot design an ad to save my life. Dude, there's plenty of people that can. That if you're in a situation where it's like, nah, I don't have no extra money, I can't spend an extra dollar. That's like, we've all been there, and we're all going to be there at some point. Use the resources available to you, like family and friends. Somebody that's in high school that just loves doing that stuff. If they're on TikTok or Facebook and all that stuff, and they're doing really good stuff, just tell them about it. Say, hey, look, I need a little help here. And bet you they'll help you out.
And the thing is like everybody wants their business to be like a rocket, right?
Oh yeah,
go straight up. But you've got to also be prepared for what comes with that. You know what I mean? So
that's
the business side of it and making sure you can handle it and still give people the right level of quality for the work. Yeah. I think again, some people go and do a bunch of marketing, or they're just starting out and they do a 50% off special, get people in the door. Well, you're just going to be discounting your services, and it's not going to be long term. So I feel like a lot of the times it's about building that community, and sometimes it's not online. It's in your community, like in the real world.
You know what absolutely. I mean? In person, right?
Yep.
Well, yeah, and I like to say this: building the foundation. The customer, your foundation of customers, and those interactions that you're having, and if you see them out to eat or whatever. I'll tell you the other day we were sitting at a restaurant. It's one we go to quite regularly for lunch, and the guy sitting next to me says, "Hey, you guys work for EZN?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "You're the owner," and I said, "I don't know, do I owe you money?" And no, he said, "Are you the owner?" I said, "Yeah, I am." He said, "Well, I got to tell you guys. Y'all do a phenomenal job. I bring my boat there every year. Love love everything about it. So get the appointment reminders, blah, blah, blah." Shout out to Detail Bookie. And he's hyping it up, and it's organically. He has no reason. I'd already detailed his boat for the year. He has 2 boats. I'm sorry. He had no reason to be brown nosing me, really. He was just telling me how well we did and how he liked the service. So what I did was I picked up his dinner. I picked up his lunch, and I didn't say nothing about it. It's like $30 or $40, right?
Yeah.
I told the waitress to give me his tab, and I paid it, and I didn't say anything about it, and I thanked him for his business, and I left.
Yeah.
Do you know that $40 that probably resonated so much more than, hey, next time you're in, I'll give you whatever.
Yeah.
Like doing little things like that is building the foundation.
That's going to beat my duck. That's better than getting a duck, man.
I'm buying everybody lunch. Everyone of my customers is getting lunch.
Got to buy everybody lunch.
You have to buy all of your customers lunch today. No,
you know what's funny is a lot of the people you're going to detail are going to be in the community, and usually they're going to be like other business owners, this, that, or another. And making those connections with those other businesses, right? For the marketing and the promotional side is another avenue. Just to sort of just came to mind is like, hey, keep that in mind. You might be detailing the guy that owns a pub down the street.
Oh, absolutely.
And you know what? All of a sudden now, hey, he's like, you guys do just a phenomenal job. You guys want to drop some stuff off or leave a flyer here? You start just building that web. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's just it just grows. It just grows exponentially. And just making sure that you're keeping your side of the business able to handle that growth is really important.
Yeah, it does. And we talk a lot about quality over quantity, but still, so something's better than nothing too. So like the guys that are hung up and saying, well, if it's not perfect, I'm not posting or I'm not running it. That stagnant, that non movement will keep you from growing too. So, if you're in the situation where you haven't done anything, then do something, get something going. Stop trying to perfect every little inch of it. You'll work it out over time. Same thing with detail booking when they're setting it up. I'm like, start using it and then perfect it as you go. Even if you don't offer it as online booking yet, like just use it and perfect it as you go. You want to get it close, but it's like, sometimes you just kind of got to go with some stuff and I think that translates to marketing. If you're not posting anything, then post something. If you're not running something, then do something and start, and then you can kind of dial it in from there.
And then once you get that process going, it's going to be less and less work as you go along.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the beauty of it, is like, for us, we try and just layer different things that don't feel like work.
Yeah.
Like, how quickly can we get a promotion out? How quickly can we create something from nothing and get it out to the masses? And sometimes, it's like a month-long process, but that process isn't taking a lot of time day to day.
That's right. So sum it all up here. We're talking about planning. We're talking about planning ahead or planning in general. We know what season we're going into. Don't wait till you're in that season to sell to that season, to promote that season, right? If we're going into the slow season.
Too busy.
Yeah, right. If you're talking about going into the slow season, don't wait till you're slow to say, oh, shit, I should have done something.
Yep.
All those things start happening now. You start thinking ahead. Even though you're busy right now, you're not going to be busy in October, November, December, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully you are, but chances are it's going to slow down. So we need to make sure that we're doing the things, we're putting the thought in. What kind of car show can we do? What kind of event can we do? What kind of print stuff can I run out to my local businesses? What kind of ad can I run on social media? What's going on? Who's purchasing during that time? And do that now. So planning is everything. Understanding where you're at and then understanding where you're headed to in the seasonality of detailing. And that's important.
For me, my last closing thought is just don't devalue your business with it. Right? When you plan it out and you're doing something, it's going to be there to grow your community, and it's going to give you a long tail return, right? Yep. Not necessarily the dollar right away, but it's not going to devalue anything you do, because nothing's going to get cheaper, and you want to make sure that you're building your customer base with the right people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Looks like we got a comment from Houston Shine. We do $20 voucher cards that we give to our business partners and hand them out to their customers, act as a referral.
Awesome.
See what I'm talking about? Man, how cool is that?
Yep.
How cool is that? And chances are there's not a service that you can buy for $25. So they're going to get something like $25 is going to give them something off of a service.
Yep.
But what's $25 off of a $1,000 ceramic? That gets them in the door, or whatever. Even if it's a headlight restore, like doing that thing nudges that customer to come. If that $25 nudges them to come, then wonderful. It's no different than paying for an ad,
Yep. It's cheaper than an ad, and you get a better return.
Better return. That's right. And it's personal. People care. You give them something, people care. They really do. So guys, plan ahead. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure all this stuff out. Just think about the season that you're going into. By the way, it's called seasonality. When you think about a business that goes through good, busy times and slow times, that's the seasonality of that business. Yeah. And that's what you're marketing towards, is the season that you're transitioning into. And because like used to, boosted posts on Facebook would just instantly get you what you want. They've throttled that stuff now. They want that long-term money. If they don't care about $100 right now, they want the $10,000 that you're going to spend over the year. Yeah, they're just like us, So it's a business, and so making sure that you plan things out like that, and put some thought into it. Also, if you can't do it yourself, either hire someone or find someone. A lot of times, family, friends, it's pretty easy to find someone that can that can help you with those things. Or if you're in a situation financially where you can hire a professional come in and help you, there's no shame in that, dude. Let them do that. That's scalable. You can take that model and run with it, because now someone else is doing it while you go work on this other thing.
And I'll just let you know, like marketing or content creator, right? That doesn't have to be a paid,
right.
what is it called? A paid ad on Indeed, right? That could be a free post, and you're going to get people for free that are looking for that type of work, because you know what I mean? There's a lot of people that could do that work and do it well. And, you're going to be able to find them without having to pay to find them, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's a plethora of people. I mean, it's a fun job. It's a cool job, and your younger generation love it. So use that resource, right?
And sometimes they're trying to take as much from you as you're trying to take from them,
absolutely.
Right? And they're using you for experience, and they're going to get better, and then you're going to get better. And it's a pretty cool process there.
Yeah. Yep.
Awesome. We got some fun stuff for the podcast coming up, right?
Yeah, man. Well, we'll talk about it. We got some cool stuff coming. We're going to make some changes. I don't know if we're going to name everything, but we're going to make some changes here. Now, the actual, the content of the show is going to remain mostly the same.
Yeah.
We're going to do some rebranding, maybe get it out from under Detail Bookie's shadow that it lives in, and do some stuff like that.
Yeah. So keep an eye out, and we're working. If you guys got a good name, you let us know. But we're brainstorming that name right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And what would you? We want to ask a question here. What would you like to hear from this show? What you guys? I've talked to numerous people recently that listen to the show and love it. But guys, give us some ideas. Shoot some messages in. If you have thoughts on things you would like for us to talk about, feel free to message in to myself, Nick, or even Detail Bookie, if whatever platform that you're listening on. Shoot us a message and let us know something that you would like to hear. I always love bringing guests on. It's been fun having Mike Carlin and Josh Hernandez in house here, but bringing people on here and there too, always fun. Enjoyed the conversation. So be looking for some things coming up, some things to change, evolve, and grow and get better. We're looking forward to it ourselves.
Yep. Awesome. You guys have a good Friday. We appreciate the time.
That's right. Good talking to you, buddy, and I'll see you next week.
You got it.